Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is episode 11, the WodPod. My guest today is Crossfitter and fitness coach, ex-professional swimmer, and many other things that I don't want to give away just in this intro. It is Emma Gage. She is literally living proof that it's never too late to be great. I hope you all enjoy. Hey Emma, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem, really appreciate you taking your time to come on.
That's all right, no problem at all. I mean, we've all got lots of time at the moment.
Yeah, that's what makes this nice. I think that's the reason why I've got so many guests coming on, so It's really good for me. I know we've talked about the format of the show, so we're going to dive straight into it. We're going to get acquainted with Emma for 60 seconds, I usually say, but it can go on longer. Don't worry about having to really rush on your questions. So If you're ready.
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, full name.
Full name? Do you want my middle name as well? Emma Victoria Gage.
It's okay. You know what? I had my cousin on last week and he gave me his full name. I never even knew his middle name. So that's why it's nice to know because, you know, people have middle names from, and it can be all sorts of bizarre stuff. His was Zamal.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. No, like I said, it was the first time I heard it. So age.
31. That was my birthday last week. Had to remember then.
Oh, yeah. And I wish you a happy birthday, didn't I? So,
yeah.
Occupation?
Coach. Sports coach.
Okay, right. I'm going to start getting a little bit harder now. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Oh, God. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is I booked a holiday and then went the following week, if that's spontaneous, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty spontaneous. I mean, a lot of people book like a year in advance and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you go then, by the way?
I just went to Mallorca. It was a girls' trip. It was really fun. I liked booking it so last minute because you just then packed and went.
Whereabouts did you go in Mallorca?
Now you're testing me. I can't remember.
It was by Santa Ponza?
No, it wasn't there. No.
Okay, no, I went there last year myself.
I've been there though. I have been there, but not that year.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love it there.
Okay, so next one. This one's really kind of specific to you, actually. Cardio or weights?
Oh, I can't choose.
That's fine. Don't choose because we'll come back to that and you'll be able to explain the reason why you can't choose.
Okay.
What's the last book you read?
I'm still reading it. It's called Start Now, Get Perfect Later.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's quite
I've never heard of it, but if you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my God. I hate these kind of questions. My nana and granddad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Horror or comedy?
Comedy.
What one item could you not live without? And don't say your mobile phone. Because that'd be too easy.
Oh, God, I don't know. Could I not live without? I actually don't know the answer to that question because I don't want to say like the obvious ones because they're just boring, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why I said straight away because I thought about it. I was like, actually, no, I don't want to say mobile phone because most people would say that.
Yeah, don't know. Food. I'm just going to go with food. Can't live without food.
There you go. That's a good answer. And the final one, who's your biggest inspiration?
Yeah, see, I find this question really hard as well. I was never one of those people who had posters of people on their bedroom wall or like I didn't follow celebrities or anything like that. So I don't know is the answer. I don't really have one specific person that is my biggest inspiration. I take a lot of inspiration from lots of different people and stories that I've heard and things. So it's not one, there isn't one specific person.
That's really interesting though, because I had Sandy Ryan on the podcast.
Right.
Who's an athlete. She's a Team GB boxer.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing. Because I was thinking that, you know, it'd be like a Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or even some of the female boxers that are out there now. And she said exactly the same thing. She's like, I don't really have an inspiration or it might not have been the same question, but it was along those lines.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an athlete thing. Maybe you just, you inspire yourself.
Well, it's not that somebody else is pushing me. It's just a thing that happens, I'd say.
Well, that's all your questions.
Oh,
so
phew.
going back to the cardio or weights.
Yeah.
I suppose that's because now you're like a CrossFit coach. Is that the reason behind that, which is a mixture of the two?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I can fully support training all different styles of training. And I don't believe in just focusing on one. I would say that, well, no, I can't even say that. Yeah, I like the variety of all different style of training. I obviously coach CrossFit, which has cardio, weightlifting, gymnastics, body weight, strongman, a bit of everything thrown in there. I'm obviously from a swimming background. I also like to do other stuff like yoga and stretching and that sort of stuff. And I think all of it together is a much nicer balance of training. So I wouldn't particularly want to choose one.
Yeah, it sounds like a perfect mix.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done like high intensity training. So there's a class at JD Gyms what I go to called Burn.
Right.
So I suppose kind of CrossFit-esque. I don't want to put it in that category because I've seen like CrossFit people. I'm like, yeah, I'm nowhere near that yet. But it is high intensity
CrossFit
cardio
people,
weights.
I love that.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, what do you call a CrossFit person?
Well, they are a very broad range of people. We have,
yeah, true.
You know, we could have a 16-year-old in the class, same class as a 75-year-old, and they're both CrossFitters.
Yeah.
And then everyone in between as well.
I'm literally in awe of like the things that you do in CrossFit though. I just look at it and think that's unbelievable. And I'd love to be able to get to that. And I'm sure I can with a little bit of belief in myself. And,
yeah, 100%.
I mean, we'll pick up on that in a bit because I know that's kind of come a little bit further down the line. But you touched upon the fact that you've come from a swimming background.
Yeah.
So, what sort of age were you when you got into swimming? I was quite young.
Yeah, well, I was 4 when I first started lessons, and then I was 9 when I first joined a club. So that's when you start to become competitive with it. Yeah, so that's where it all started. And I don't really know how much of my story you want to know, or if you already know some of it, but
I do know some of it. Yeah, I've done my research. I've done a bit of research, but yeah, I'd love you to tell it in your words because I know. So you started at a club. Was it Stockport?
It was, yeah, Stockport Metro.
And that's when you started getting competitive. So I believe you won a few national medals.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what's the biggest thing in this story, if I just skip forward a little bit, is what really stuck out to me was that I read that you retired at 16.
Yeah,
now,
that's right.
To read that anybody retired at anything at 16-year-old, most people don't start doing things till they're 16.
I know. Well, swimming is quite a young sport anyway. And I retired not out of, well, it was obviously out of choice, but it was more sort of life circumstances that led me to retiring at that age. Things that I had going on with my family and with my school and injuries as well. So, yeah, I swam from age 9 to 16 with Stockport Metro to quite a high level. And then, unfortunately, took, you would call it, very early retirement. And then had 10 years out of the water and got back in. So, slightly unusual story, really.
So in between that time, that 10 years there, what did you sort of do? Was you still like pretty much sporty and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say, well, I stopped when I was 16, went to college, didn't really do any sport when I was at college, just sort of, it weirdly can take a while to get over quitting a sport that you did 23 hours a week pretty much all of your teenage life. So I just focused on college. And then I went to uni. When I was at uni, I did actually join the swimming team. So I say I had 10 years out of the water, but the sort of atmosphere of swimming at uni was more about the pub after training than the actual competing and training side of it. It was great. I absolutely loved it.
It was a social thing.
100%.
But it was,
it was a great time of my life, and I loved it. I made lots of good friends as well. And then after uni, when I came back home and I started working in a recruitment centre. And I met, well, she's one of my best friends, called Em. I met her and another one of my best friends, Danny, and they were both doing CrossFit. So to cut a long story short, I started doing bits and bobs with those two. Em set her own boot camp up, so I started doing that. And then eventually realised, well, actually, weirdly, when I first started, I said, I don't think I'll like it. I won't like weightlifting. And now that's one of my favourite things. So yeah, I started doing that with them, and then became a fully fledged CrossFitter. So I was about 22 when I got into that.
CrossFitter. Pull me up on
that. Yeah, CrossFitter. Yeah, no, CrossFitter is the right word. I pulled you up on saying you're describing CrossFit people as someone who's not like you, but I think you would be absolutely fine.
Okay, I appreciate that. So, and I know you got into CrossFit quite a long time ago, quite a few years ago, because in my head, like CrossFit's only been going for like 2 years.
Yeah, it's not.
It's literally it's come to the fore,
Yeah, it's become really popular in recent years, definitely. I've been doing it since 2012, properly, wow. I would say. Yeah. But it's been going, properly for about 8 years. It's been going, a long time. I would say officially since 2007, but it's been going longer than that, really.
That's crazy. So I wonder what's made it so popular, like suddenly.
I think the fact that it's now on Netflix.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've watched a couple of the shows on Netflix. I'm not sure what they're called, to be honest, off the top of my head, but I know they put one on more recently. Yeah, I think that's the first one I watched, and then there was a new one. Is it like the Road to the World Championships or something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I watched that Fittest on Earth, I was like, wow, because I was doing these classes where we're lifting weights and stuff like that, and I'm blowing. Yeah. And then I'm watching. And some of the stuff that you guys do, like, is it a butterfly chin up or something like that?
Butterfly pull ups, yeah.
Butterfly pull up. When I see that, I'm like, wow, that's how are you doing that? And then the sort of press ups in a handstand position.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they're all like technical moves that it takes quite a long time to get to. Like we do butterfly pull-ups, but we also do strict pull-ups as well. And we do kipping pull-ups. So, obviously CrossFit can have a bad rep for people looking and going, yeah, well, they're cheating. And it's like, well, you come and try it, see if it feels like cheating.
Doesn't look like cheating to me.
Yeah, it's basically a way of doing high volume reps. But we also do workouts with strict ones in as well, because we don't encourage people to learn any of those movements without the strict strength behind it. Because obviously it's a lot of pressure on the shoulders and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of cool movements, and I think that's probably partly of the reason why people want to come and take part, because there's so much to learn, and you're never bored, and there's always something new to be practicing and trying to achieve. So that's partly why it's become popular, I think.
Yeah, that's why I love those kind of workouts, because you can change it up every time. You'll be doing something different. How ours was set out, it's like you have 8 lanes. You've probably seen these HIIT classes anyway.
Yeah.
Different variations of them.
Yeah.
And then each lane has a different movement, but every time you go, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Different weights or different cardio sections, and it really just keeps your body guessing, I suppose, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It really gets you blowing. I mean, I used to do a lot of cardio stuff, and nothing's ever got me the way the mixture of the cardio and weights has.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just amazing. So you're doing CrossFit, and then all of a sudden you're back into swimming again. What led you back into swimming after 10 years off?
So an old friend got back in contact with me, and she basically said she was on the Cheshire Masters team, because in swimming Masters is 25 and over, because it is, like I said before, it's quite a young sport. So she was on the Cheshire Masters team, and they were short of swimmers for the inter-county championships. So she messaged me and said, would you like to come and help us out and swim for us? And I was a little bit like, oh God, I've not swam in years, but I'm training, doing stuff. So at least I thought I'll be able to hold my own. So I went down on the day. I didn't do any training. I just thought I'll just go and have a bit of fun. And on the day, I beat my lifetime PBs, which was completely eye-opening for me. And I 100% was not expecting that in the slightest. And it just showed me what CrossFit had done for me. It had like made me strong and powerful and fast. And yeah, I just got in the pool. And the first race I did, I was in a relay and I wasn't first. So obviously, if you're in the middle of a relay, you don't really know what time you've done. Until your coach tells you what your splits were. And I remember coming back and she gave us all our splits and she gave me my time. And I said, oh no, that can't be right. Can you double check it? Because I couldn't believe that I'd done it. Yeah. So yeah, that was quite amazing.
That is amazing. I mean, literally to go back into something competitively, like you said there, you was doing bits in between, but it wasn't competitive, it was more social. And then to go back into it and be able to actually beat a personal best that you'd set all those years ago.
Yeah, on no swimming training.
Is this when you got called up to do the Masters? I don't know how that works with the Masters. Is it you get called up or?
So that was like in the October, and then because of how I'd swum, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get back in the water and see what I can do, combining both swimming training and CrossFit training. So I got back. I joined Trafford Masters in Trafford, obviously, and started training with them 3 times a week. Which obviously, if you're a swimmer or if you know swimmers, they train like I said before. Like I used to do 10 times a week, 2 to 3 hour sessions every time, and it's quite an intense sport. Like up at 4, getting home late. It's quite intense. So to be getting in just doing 3 sessions a week was lovely. Like it felt really nice. Obviously, I was doing about 5 sessions a week of CrossFit as well. And over the course of that year, I entered a couple of local competitions, and then did the Masters Nationals. And while I was doing these competitions, I qualified for the World Masters Championships, which have qualification times. And then if you achieve them, you can go. So yeah, I qualified, and that was in the August. So from October to August, I trained my ass off, and just wanted to go and have the time of my life and just see what I was capable of, which I did. It was one of the best weeks of my life.
So I've got some bits in front of me that I took from the internet, and saying that you wanted to go and have the time of your life. Am I right in thinking that you became a triple world champion?
That's right, yeah.
You broke 2 records in doing so?
Yeah, I broke 2 world records, 4 European records and 6 British records while I was there.
Wow.
Which honestly, that I'll never forget the first race that I did, because I just went out there and I just had confidence, but I just wanted to be the best that I could be, and I didn't expect a podium or anything, but I just wanted to race. And I remember touching the wall on my first race and turning around and seeing that it was a world record, and I can't describe what that felt like. That it was just surreal.
I can
imagine.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, because what I like about it is if you used to like stack a load of pressure on yourself, chances are you wouldn't perform as well. But because you just wanted to go out there and sort of have fun, just really enjoy it, and not even expect any of those places.
Yeah.
I think that played a big part in the reason why you performed so well.
I think so, yeah, because like with swimming, normally you grow up doing it, and you're constantly just trying to better what you did last time. You've obviously got your coach, not on your back, because your coach is there to support you and they want you to be the best you can be, but you want to make them proud and your family proud. And like I'd had 10 years off, so there was no expectation on what I was going to do, and it was just about rolling with it. And I think a lot of swimmers, because there's so much training involved and early mornings, it becomes quite hard work to make yourself go and to make yourself compete, especially at that young age, because most of them aren't even out of school and they're competing at international level. But for me, I had life experience to just enjoy it. And I remember thinking how much I was loving it the second time round, and I felt like I had a second chance. And I took it with both hands, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And when you was going into that, because these kind of events, I suppose there are people there that you're looking at and like, all right, okay, these are the ones to beat, kind of thing. Was there any eyes on you, or did you literally just slip under the radar from having all that time off? Did you feel like there was anybody that sort of was looking at you thinking, I need to beat Emma? Or do you feel like it was just no pressure whatsoever?
Well, when you go in to race, you go to the call room beforehand, and you're there for about half an hour before you race. And in the call room, the atmosphere is incredible. Like, it's you could cut the tension with a knife. Like, everyone's sort of like just in their own world, doing their own warm-up, stretching. Like, most people have headphones in, and I'd made myself like a motivational playlist that I had in the whole time. And in there, I noticed a few people sort of looking over, but I think it was like a lot of people were in groups or had friends with them, and I didn't know anyone, so I was just on my own, just doing my own thing. And I was kind of doing a bit of a CrossFit warm-up, so I don't know if people were looking because of that or something, but I was obviously looking at other people as well. But most people were international, so I didn't know of them. But it was quite a cool environment and atmosphere. I think you could easily go one way or the other with it, and it can be quite overwhelming. You just got to try and ignore it and block it all out.
Yeah, definitely. It's sort of like it's crunch time kind of thing, and everybody's in the zone. Can I ask you what songs did you have on your motivational playlist?
My number two of my top two songs are Black Skinhead by Kanye and Remember the Name, Fort Minor.
I don't know the second one. I know the first one.
You need to listen to it. It's such a tune, the second one.
Yeah. I mean, I might know the song.
I think you probably would know it, yeah.
Yeah, terrible with names.
So, yeah, they were. And then also, just to mix it up, I had, oh, no, what's it called? A song from the Disney film Hercules. Zero to Hero, that one.
I don't think I've seen it, to be honest. My missus always gets on my back about things like this. She's like, "What, you've never seen such and such film?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Was she never a child?" Like, I don't know. I don't know why I never see these films. I start seeing more now and go back a little bit because I've got a young lad and I've got an older daughter. So when she was younger, she was watching more Disney films and musicals and stuff. So I've kind of started catching up a little bit. But yeah, I'm terrible with those. I was hoping you was going to say like "I Had a Tiger" by Rocky or something like that.
Well, that is on there, but that's very cliche, isn't it?
Yeah, but just get you geared up.
It is on there. Don't worry.
It's got to be on it. It's not a motivation playlist without it.
Bit of Eminem as well. Eminem's on there too.
Now you're talking. That's my language. I'm a massive Eminem fan.
I'll send you the playlist after if you want.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely take a look at that. So I've got down here as well. You're a 2-time Commonwealth medalist.
No, that's not right. I mean, I'd love to say that, but I'm not.
I'm not getting this information.
I coached a girl in strength and conditioning who became Commonwealth medalist, so that might be where.
Right. Yeah. I probably just took the wrong piece. But okay, tell me if this is true or not. So in your youth, you topped the British rankings in the 800 meters. Yeah. Ahead of Rebecca Adlington.
Yeah, that's true. We were rivals growing up, and we used to switch around. Yeah, we used to switch around at the top of the leaderboard.
Because she's actually not far from me, I suppose. She's Mansfield way, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I live in Derby.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not too far from me.
Yeah.
And you're Manchester.
I am. Yeah.
Can I ask you, you're red or are you blue?
Red.
Or do you not bother?
I'm red.
Nice. Yes. Yes. I'm a red as well. Even though I'm not from nowhere near Manchester, I'm afraid, but I'm just a red.
That's what I like to hear.
It's a family thing.
My whole family are red, except my brother, who's blue.
Oh.
It's not on that, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, how does that go down?
I know. It's
in the
it's
derbies,
fine. We're not.
Good.
We're not over the top about it.
No, if it's your family, it's got to be a bit of friendly rivalry, so a bit of banter.
Yeah, I mean, it's unconditional love, isn't it? Apparently.
That's it. Flash forward then. Mm-hmm. You went to the 2016 Rio Olympic trials.
I did.
So at this point now, you're back in the game. You're taking it like completely seriously.
Yeah.
You just like smashed it out of the water, which is a great saying really. If you smashed it out of the water at the Masters, and so the Olympic trials, was that the year after? Yeah.
So I after Worlds, my old swimming coach from Stockport Metro got in touch, and he's one of the best swimming coaches in the world. And he basically messaged me and said, there were some fast times, we need to talk. So I went for a little coffee meeting with him, and it was really nice because I've not seen him in 10 years. And we had a good catch up, and he invited me into his performance program at Stockport Metro, which would have been a silly thing to say no to. So I took the chance, and I went and trained with some incredible athletes at Stockport. And yeah, I started to take it a lot more seriously. I upped my training to, well, it was 10 times a week, but it was 5 swimming and 5 CrossFit, which was unheard of in swimming. It was a very unconventional approach, but it worked for me. And back in the day, I used to be a distance swimmer, but this time round, I was a sprinter. So my training was completely different. Like when I was younger, I was doing about 80,000 meters a week in the pool. And this time round, it was around 40,000. So it was like half the amount, but a lot more focus on speed and power.
More intense.
Yeah. And a lot more focus in the gym as well. And then over the course of that year, I went on training camps with the squad, and it was a really great year. And my times at the World Championships qualified me for the Olympic trials, but because they were done in a masters event, I had to redo them to qualify.
So you had to get those times again.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of pressure.
I've got a world record, and I've just got to get that again.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I did. I made it. And I went to the 2004 Olympic trials as well, age 13.
Okay.
But when I was there, I was aiming to try and qualify for the European Youth Olympics, which was obviously for young people. Yeah. And then I actually did qualify, but they changed the rules after I qualified and decided to take 9 boys and 7 girls instead of 8 girls and 8 boys, which was completely gutting at the time.
Yeah.
So to go back to the 2016 Olympic trials was pretty awesome, and again like a second chance, and it was a great week, really great week, but I just missed out, which was quite heartbreaking as well.
Yeah, I mean, I see it's like hundredths of a second that you missed out by. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Missed out on consideration by 0.17 of a second. So it's quite but it was the fastest I'd ever swam, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, so I mean, you give it your all.
I gave it my all.
It's not like you can say, "Oh, I could have done a bit better. I could have got closer."
I PB'd in my events, and I gave it my all. And to say I was that close is an achievement. To be honest, to say I was at the Olympic trials again after having 10 years off was a massive achievement. And I went into the week saying that to myself, like saying, whatever happens, this is the biggest achievement. But obviously, when you touch the wall, you look at your time, you see where you finish. You know, a big part of you can't help but feel disappointed, because I really did think it was my time. But
yeah, it's almost like a dream. I suppose because you did so well at that, you've looked at it and thought, well, I've actually given it everything, and this could be good enough to get me through. If you'd have swum badly, you could have then said, well, that's my own fault.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, it's like it's kind of like one of those fairy tale things, but then just have it ripped away from you.
It did feel a
push the knife in even
further. And also,
it was 40 years ago now, so I think I'm all right to talk about it.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm over it. It was still one of the best times of my life. But I also did. I was meant to be a bridesmaid for one of my best friends that week in Mexico, and I obviously had to say I couldn't go. Because I was trying out for the Olympics, and then I didn't make it into the team. And a week later, all my friends came back and they were like, "Oh, it was the best holiday we've ever been on." You're like, "Oh, great."
Yeah, they just stuck that knife in.
No, it was obviously. I wish I could have been there for my friend, but she was really supportive and understood, which was good.
I like the mindset though that you went in there with, like, this is amazing. It's been such a great week, and we can take all that away. No matter what happens, just enjoy it. I love that mindset.
Yeah,
because you do find that I'd crumble. I know I'd get to that. I'd put so much pressure on myself. I'd probably perform really badly, and then I'd just beat myself up about it the whole time. But if you can get into that kind of mindset, like, look, it doesn't matter what happens. What happens, happens. Let's just have fun. Let's just go for it.
Yeah, and, definitely.
That's it. You can't do any more.
No. That's the thing. I made sure I knew I went into the competition knowing I couldn't have done anything else. Like in terms of my training in the lead up to it, my diet the year before it, I'd sacrificed a hell of a lot for it so that no matter what happened, I wouldn't be thinking, oh, I wish I'd done this or I wish I'd done that. I just made sure there was no doubt in my mind.
No regrets.
So I can't regret anything really.
Yeah, man, I like that. And I wonder now, after you were saying about when you was in the Masters and you was doing your kind of CrossFit warm-ups and stuff like that, I wonder now how many went away from that and started going, actually, maybe I should do a bit of CrossFit with my swimming.
Well, I actually did. I made some friends while I was out there, and there's a girl who's smashing it in CrossFit in Sweden. I think that's where she lives, or Finland, one of those ones up there. I think it's Finland.
There's a few out that way, isn't there? It's like big athletes. Is it something's daughter? There's a couple of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of daughters. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
like,
I have
they descend from like Vikings.
Yeah, they do. They're great athletes. Those ones. So yeah.
So she's doing CrossFit after swimming.
She's still swimming as well and doing CrossFit, and she's smashing it. But then also, while I was swimming at Stockport Metro, I became the strength and conditioning coach for the performance squad there. And I was doing pretty much CrossFit with all of them and teaching them all the weightlifting side of stuff and bringing that into their training, which obviously then got back to British Swimming. And I know that there are other athletes now around the country who do CrossFit style of training with their swimming as well. I'm not saying that it's because of me, but it became while I was...
just take the credit. It was you. It was all you. They're seeing you doing that. They're seeing you breaking these records at the Masters. And I went, we need to take a leaf out of her. Just take it.
Yeah,
Stop being so humble.
I think it would have got there eventually anyway, but I do think, especially in our club, my club, it became more of a thing, which I was really pleased with.
Yeah, and it makes sense, like you said, especially for the sort of shorter races. You need that power, you need that strength, and you're doing all that kind of stuff in the CrossFit. You're getting that high intensity sort of workout. So your cardio and your bursts are going to be much better.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it now. After you've told me, I didn't know this before. I found this out from you, but I take it. I mean, now you've got your own business, which is SwimWod, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
WOD being workout of the day. See,
So you are a CrossFitter.
I do like it. No, honestly, I like watching it, and I really admire the people that are doing it and the things that they do. I think it's amazing. And yeah, I'll probably go at some point I need to learn these handstands. I've been trying to see if I've got it in me to like get a press up out in a handstand position, but I've got really crap balance.
Well, we teach all of that. Come down to my gym M Squared in Manchester, and we'll look after you.
Yeah, I'll have to come up with the Beast and Bulk boys. So.
Yeah, I do. It'd be great to have you down. It's a great gym, and people are lovely. So, and the girl she's the one who got me into CrossFit instantly. She's the owner. Like she's great with it. She's made it a real community. Really nice gym to come to. So yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah, it looks really good. I've been on their website as well. So anybody in the Manchester area, if you're listening, it's the place to go.
Come down. Well, maybe not right now because it's closed.
Yeah, come down. Have a look through the window.
But yeah, when we reopen.
Yeah. I bet you're looking forward to that.
Oh, I can't wait. You're missing it, definitely.
Being somebody who's like constantly kind of keeping fit. And there's stuff you can do. I imagine you go running and stuff like that. I've seen that you do some home workouts as well, and I'm struggling at the minute myself for motivation. I've been running, and I've got some weights, but I've done a couple of sort of home workouts, but I just can't get up for it. I can get myself to the gym in the morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I can do a good hour, and I'm happy. But it's trying to do this at home and work from home and having kids and everything else. It's so hard to get up for it.
Yeah, I think, because obviously we've got the gym, we've pretty much taken it all online. We're doing Zoom classes every day. We're creating programs for people to follow at home, as well as all the accessory stuff. So we've got a running program, a gymnastics program, a weightlifting program. We're doing a weightlifting class on Zoom. So we're doing quite a lot to keep our members engaged, really, and it's so nice to just train while you're seeing other people doing the same thing on a Zoom class. It's so much nicer than trying to do it by yourself. So we're trying to keep that community spirit going, and we're doing like social stuff as well. So we've got like cooking classes and quizzes and also I think everyone's quizzing at the moment, but so we are keeping it going, and it does make it it does make it quite fun, but it definitely isn't the same as being in the gym with everyone.
Yeah, no. Like you say, what I do like about this type of thing, going back to what I do, we have we're a group now, a group of people. We call ourselves the Burn Squad, and we've been out on nights out and stuff like that. And it's really good. It's that community spirit is really nice. And when you're actually doing it, you kind of geeing each other on. You know, you'll see somebody next to you is like really struggling. Yeah, come on, you can do it. You know, 10 more seconds and that kind of stuff. I think that's what really makes it so good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's talk about SwimWod a little bit more. So obviously, CrossFit and swimming. I said obviously I hate doing that, but I'm assuming it's the mixture of the CrossFit and swimming.
Yeah. So I set up SwimWod originally because I was sick of hearing CrossFitters say that they can't swim or don't like swimming, but it kept coming up in competitions.
Yeah.
And you know, CrossFit is prides itself on making you prepared for anything, and you're supposed to do such a broad range of training that you are prepared for anything that gets thrown at you. But people always forget about the swimming. I think they just don't like getting their hair wet, to be honest. But so I created
the one in Dubai.
The
CrossFit
Dubai
in Dubai
Fitness Champs.
Yeah, and they got them going into the sea.
It's becoming a lot more. We do that in England as well. They make us go in the sea here, which is a lot less nicer than Dubai. I imagine.
Yeah. You're not going to like places like Skegness, are you, and jumping in them seas?
No, we've been in lakes in the Lake District, and we've been in,
that's quite nice.
On the beach in Devon as well, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's still cold, but it's cool. And there's a fair few as well that involve pools as well. So it is becoming a lot more prevalent in CrossFit competitions. So I set it up partly for that, and partly because it's the same in triathlon. You find that people are great at bike and running, but swimming is their weakness. So I set up SwimWod, which isn't just about combining the two. It isn't just about combining swimming and CrossFit. That is one part of it, but it's also about swimming coaching and programs for athletes like that. So CrossFitters, triathletes, people who aren't necessarily swimmers or from a swimming background, but want to get better at it or want to learn it and incorporate it into their training regime. So that's what it is, really. There's a lot of different parts of it as well.
Yeah, swimming, it's the same with me. I'm weak at swimming. I think it's probably one of those things. It's not as easy to get to a pool as it is to sort of get to.
No, yeah.
You can go out and run.
Yeah.
You can go out on a bike quite easily from your own house. But if you want to go swimming, you've got to go to a club or something like that. So say with triathlon, it makes complete sense that people would be a little bit weaker in that area.
Yeah, which I completely understand. If you've not got it as your background, it is going to be less of an obvious one for you.
So you do that sort of full time, and you're a CrossFit coach at M Squared as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
where do you get the time?
Yeah, well, I don't normally. I'm normally completely manic and going from one thing to the next and always busy, which I do like. I like being busy. I don't really like being idle, but it has been quite nice recently to have more time to do stuff. And I've taken a lot of time during lockdown I've been completely restructuring SwimWod, actually. I've been putting quite a lot of effort into that. I'm getting a new website and I'm taking it onto an app called True Coach. So the programs are all on there. So they seem a bit more professional. And I'm splitting up the programs as well. So there's going to be a lot more options for people to choose from, as well as doing a sort of design your own program as well. So they could like a bit of a pick and mix almost. So you can pick your focus, pick your sessions, how many you do in a week, pick your level of ability, and then create your own program kind of thing. So
that's
there's
awesome.
lots of changes going on with it at the moment, as well as adding in an at-home workout plan, a rowing workout plan, a running program, strength and conditioning. So there's lots of factors that are going into it as well.
Yeah, and I like that you've actually taken this time to go, I'm going to really focus and hone in on everything that I want to do going forward after this, and not just become a couch potato and watch Netflix. I've had a friend of mine who's a personal trainer. He said the same thing. I was like, this must be really tough for you because you're a personal trainer, so, and it's personal. You need to be, but he's doing the kind of Zoom stuff as well. but it's still not as full on as he was before. And he was becoming really exhausted with things and didn't have time to put his efforts into the business side of it. And he's actually said that this has been great for him to sit back, be really like creative and innovative, come up with new workout regimes. He's put all these new plans together, and I'm like, it's nice to hear good things are actually coming from this as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been quite grateful to have the time, because normally it's like on my weekly, like I do a lot of coaching at M Squared, and I've got PTs as well, and I'm also trying to train myself so that I don't become lazy. So normally I just get by on getting my programs out and trying to do my finances. So it's nice to be able to have the time to do all of that, and also try and make it better for everybody as well, so that it's going to be a better service, and they're going to get it's just going to be better for everyone all around.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, come out of this and everything's going to be sort of upped. The game's going to be upped, and everybody's going to be able to do new, innovative workouts that you've put together and use this new app and everything. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
You'll have to give me whatever details you've got on that. I can sort of put that onto the bio and then put stuff on the website as well around it, so if people want to sign up. Because I take it outside of Manchester, people can still sign up to do these workouts from home and stuff like that. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Most of what I do is online. So I've got clients, globally, really. I've got people in America. I've got Italy, Germany, as well as obviously Great Britain. So yeah, most of it is online. It's really hard doing swimming PTs. Actually, it's really hard to get pool space, which is another reason why I wanted to take it online, because you do have the public lanes, and you do have the swimming club, but if you can't make it down to the swimming club's times, or you might be a mom who can't go at the same time as the swimming club if you've got kids, having an online program to follow is a much better option, because you can go at any time and still get a session with coaching and videos for you to follow and a plan, and it be a structured program that gets you better, as opposed to just going and swimming up and down.
No, it sounds really good. Like I said, if you give me all the details for it, I'll definitely put that up on the website and everything for you anyway. So
great, thank you very much.
I like that. Have you seen that? Just something came into my head then as well when you was talking about the stuff from home. Like obviously you can't swim from home, but you see the video of the person lying like flat on the table, sort of hips towards like the end of the table, and doing this kind of butterfly swim, training butterfly.
Is it a lady? Do you mean
yeah.
She's one of the Olympians. It's
really
a great video. Like my friend sent it me, and I said, God, I'm like looking at her kitchen swimming stroke, thinking that looks incredible.
Somebody must have been holding her legs down there behind her. So
I think so. Yeah.
How have you not just like fell off the end?
Yeah, there's been a lot of funny at-home swimming videos going around. That's for sure. My friend did one with him lying on a bench with his hands in like a pulley system, and he had a washing up bowl under his face.
So he was just dipping his head.
Yeah, so he was putting his face in, blowing bubbles, and then breathing to the side.
I love that.
It was funny.
I don't know, it's just been crazy times. I think it's made us all do some mad stuff. I mean, I've started TikToking a little bit with my daughter and stuff. My 15-year-old.
Have you? I'm yet to get on that.
I'm terrible, but she's like, Dad, just do this, and I'm like, well, do you know what? What else am I doing?
Brilliant. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff.
Right, I know you sort of push for time, so I don't want to sort of keep you too long. But do you know how you mentioned about everybody's quizzing? Actually, how I finish these podcasts is with a quiz.
Okay, love a quiz.
Oh, that's okay. I'm glad you said that. Most people go, oh God, I hate quizzes. I'm terrible at quizzes. So, yeah, I'm glad you love it, because that's what's I'm gonna lead into that before we get into your socials and stuff, and I need to be off. So,
yeah, no worries.
How this works, simple kind of general knowledge. It is get as many questions as you can correct in 60 seconds.
Oh, I don't like a time limit.
Come on, you're an athlete.
Okay then. Oh God.
Yeah. I'll tell you now. The top score is 6.
Right.
It's tough to beat, and I'm terrible sometimes. I like fluff lines up. So if I say something wrong, I will add a little bit of time at the end, because that's obviously not your fault.
If I don't know, do I just say pass?
Yes, that's the best thing to do is say pass.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to give you a countdown. and then I'm going to hit start on the timer, and we'll go for it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. The UK sitcom Gavin and Stacey was written by Ruth Jones and which other comedian?
I don't know. Pass.
What country won the very first FIFA World Cup in 1930?
France.
Which island nation is pop star Rihanna from?
Barbados. Oh, well, Caribbean.
Which US president had the middle name Milhouse?
Ronald Reagan.
Which planet has the most gravity?
Earth.
What name does deer meat go by?
Just what, sorry?
Deer meat go by.
Pass.
Which US city is known for its deep dish style of pizza?
Which what? US city? Chicago.
Yeah. Which ology is the study of animals?
Pass.
What type of pastry is used to make profiteroles?
Puff.
Who was behind the SpaceX project? Right, that's your timer done.
There's some tough questions, man. Also, I didn't hear what you said when you said deer meat. Did you mean the animal deer meat?
Yes.
Can I edit my answer then? I didn't. I thought you were saying like Dermot.
Yeah, sorry, that was me.
Is it venison?
Yeah. And I'm gonna give you this last question as well.
Okay.
Even though the timer went. Who was behind the SpaceX project where satellites could be seen from space last month?
Oh God, that guy.
There's a guy.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, I can't remember his name. Damn it.
Elon Musk.
That's it. Yeah. That's why I can't remember it, because it's an unusual name.
Yeah, he's a modern day genius. That guy. I've been listening to some of his stuff. He scares me a little bit though. He does scare me with the old AI stuff and the stuff that he's working on. But at the same time, it's fascinating.
There's a program on Disney Plus called 1 Million, which is all about how the world is going to be in the future with all of it, and it scares the hell out of me as well.
Yeah,
like I don't. I'm like, stop it! Don't do it.
Well, I've got that Disney Plus. I'm sort of apprehensive whether I want to see it myself or not. But like going back to Elon Musk, he's been talking about Neuralink, which sounds like a great thing. It's kind of like a chip that you can put into somebody's brain and can basically fix ailments. And he's even gone as far as saying that it can make people be able to walk again who've not been able to walk because. And I'm like, wow, this is far. This is kind of very AI, which is obviously great at the same time for what he's saying. But I'm like, where does it evolve from there?
Oh yeah, you need to watch this program. You'll like it. Well, you won't like it, but you will.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the quiz. So, what type of pastry is used to make profiteroles? It was choux.
Oh, damn it! I don't like profiteroles, so I don't make them.
You got which US city is known for its deep dish style of pizza? Chicago. You got that one. You got venison, deer meat.
Yeah.
Which planet has the most gravity? Is Jupiter.
All right.
Which US president had the middle name Milhouse? It's Nixon.
Right.
Which island nation is pop star Rihanna from? Barbados. You got that straight away. And then you started saying Caribbean and stuff, but you was right straight in there. I wanted to rush you on. The very first country to win the FIFA World Cup in 1930 was Uruguay.
All right.
And the UK sitcom Gavin and Stacey was written by Ruth Jones, and which of the comedian? That was James Corden.
Yeah. I've never watched Gavin and Stacey.
No, I didn't watch it either. I do like James Corden, and I do like his
he's
character.
cool.
I've seen some kind of spin-offy bits with him that he's done for like comic relief and stuff like that.
Mm.
So you got 3.
Oh, that's a bit crap, that, isn't it?
Well, it is what it is. It's the questions that come out. Sometimes people will just like start smashing through them, and then they'll just hit a block and go, "Oh no, don't know that one, don't know that one, don't." And before you know it, like the time's up. If I'd have dropped a load of swimming questions and stuff like that,
I probably still would have got them wrong.
Maybe. So yeah, I just want to finish up with your social media stuff. So any social media pages, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, your websites, any of that stuff. Where can people find you? Where can they find your business? And I can put all that in the bio and put that on the website for you as well.
Great. So SwimWod is at SwimWod Official on Instagram and Facebook. The website is swimwod.co.uk. And can I also say about M Squared?
Yeah, of course you can.
So it's at M Squared Fitness on Instagram, and it's just msquaredfitness.co.uk as well, the website.
So I'll put all that up in the bio for the podcast, like I say, and I always like to mention it on the website and put a little bit up about you on the website as well. So I've got to get around to just updating that, but that'll all go on there.
Great. Can I also just add that I run a competition through SwimWod as well? I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know.
It's called WOD on Water, so it's the UK's only swimming-based CrossFit competition.
All right.
And it's hopefully going ahead in August for the 3rd year running, but we're obviously unsure as to what will be happening in August.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also a separate Instagram account, so that's just WOD on Water.
Yeah, I'll put that on there as well. So that is that just CrossFit water-based stuff, or is it a mixture of the two?
It's a mixture of the two. So it's like it's usually in pairs, or we may be doing a 3s comp in the future, but it's usually pairs. And they mix up stuff on poolside with swimming or diving down to the bottom and picking weights up off the bottom of the pool. So they'll be doing like dumbbell stuff, sandbag stuff. We've had bikes. We had a ski erg machine as well last year. So it's just basically a bit of a mixture of everything, but combining the two disciplines.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, so it's cool. So I'm hoping it will go ahead, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, when was it due to go ahead?
End of August. So we may be in luck. We may not be. I don't know.
Yeah, never know. If you can put some sort of social distancing policies in place and make sure everybody adheres to them, you might be all right.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, it's been great having you on.
Thank you very much.
Great story. I really love that. Like taking 10 years off of a sport and just coming back and like winning world championships and stuff. It's just kind of one of those stories where to say to people, look, it's never too late.
100%. It is never too late. If you want it badly enough, you've got to go for it. Definitely.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It's been great. I especially love the quiz at the end.
Nobody loves the quiz at the end. This podcast is sponsored by Beast and Bulk Nutrition. Train better, live better, be better. If you're looking to increase muscle mass, promote muscular endurance and increase strength, then Beast and Bulk Nutrition have the key ingredients to supplement your health and fitness program. With Create Bulk, made with the highest quality, purest creatine monohydrate, its potent 4,000 milligram servings will provide that extra pump and increase those muscle gains. Testo Beast. This testosterone booster is made up with 9 top natural and powerful ingredients including ashwagandha, vitamin D, luteolin and zinc, which effectively help boost your testosterone levels, strengthen endurance. And then there's the Chaotic Beast. Chaotic Beast is a scientifically formulated pre-workout supplement providing the perfect balance of caffeine, creatine and branched-chain amino acids to kickstart your training sessions, giving you the focused and prolonged muscle endurance throughout. Its sour apple flavour makes it a more pleasurable experience compared to its market rivals. Visit the website beastandbulk.com or find them on Amazon using the promo code POD10 at the checkout for a 10% discount courtesy of Project Pod. That's POD10 at the checkout for a 10% discount. Beast and Bulk. Don't compete, dominate.